Hello everybody and welcome to another episode with Shizusan. So this is going to be an unboxing video, and as you could tell from the thumbnail that you guys saw when you clicked on the video, this is going to be a Smart Doll Cortex video. But more specifically, this is going to be about Smart Doll Cortex, the final boss grade. So that is the one where you put everything together, including, the outer shell and the frame. So why don't we just get started with the box? So, as you can tell, this is a little different than most of my videos where you can actually see me, but for this particular video, because there's going to be a lot involved in showing you things, I decided I'm going to film it just like this. It's kind of akin to watching other people build like Gundams. They kind of do it the same way. So this is going to be my video. I already pre-opened this because I had some accessories and clothing in here, and I didn't want to show it in the video because I'm going to make a separate video for that. So, without further ado, this is the box it comes in. It's quite small, actually. Goes to show how much is actually in here. So we're going to open it up. And there is the Cortex bag. So this is everything. Now, I know my light is a little bright, so it's kind of showing a lot of glare in the video. But that's pretty much how it's packaged. Just like that. So let's move this off to the side for a little bit. Then what else is in the bag? These are hand parts. This is what the hand attaches to. Let's see if we get a little closer. So those are just the hand parts. Gonna move that to the side. We have the wig. Okay. And if I didn't mention before, this is the head, and this is the Cortex, full Cortex version. So the head is going to be Cortex, and if you can see here, come on, focus. There you go. It's Mirai Anniversary Edition. I don't know if you could see that. Nope. Yes. Yeah. So this is the Mirai Anniversary Edition, which is really cool because I have the original Mirai in vinyl with the original face, and this one actually has the anniversary face, which is a little bit slightly different. But this is how it's packaged. I know if any of you have watched Danny Chu's video about Smart Doll Cortex, he wasn't sure how he was going to package it, so this is how I got it. It kind of looks like it's wrapped up like a fruit, kind of like how when you buy, I don't know, like grapefruits or peaches or something, they kind of come in this nice little foam wrapper thing. So nothing else in the box. So we got the head here. We're going to put this off to the side because we don't actually need it just yet. These are the hand parts again. I'm going to put that off to the side. The hair and the Cortex bag. Now, for this particular video, this is just the unboxing. I'm not actually going to build the kit for this video. That's going to be in part 2. So it's just the unboxing and preparation and tools that you need. So first off, we're going to go over the tools that I'm going to use. You don't necessarily have to buy these tools, but if you want, you can. So the first thing I want to talk about is this. This is what I use to build Gundams. I built a lot of Gundams recently, and this is what I use. You can get this very cheap. If you go to Amazon, it's actually right there. I don't know if you could see it, but it's called the BXQ Inlen X whatever Gundam. It's basically a Gundam model kit. It's 8 pieces. So what you get inside of here, and it's really cheap. So this thing cost me like $8. It was $8 to get. So inside, you're gonna have a pair of nippers. We call these nippers. It just snips pieces off. You're also gonna get this filing tool with different sides. This is coarse, this is fine, and this is like very fine. So this is like to rub and sand down. You're gonna get one of these, which is your X-Acto knife. Okay. I have other pieces. See, like this is a Gundam arm. It doesn't a Gundam hand. It doesn't come with this. I just put a lot of extra pieces in there. This is a nail file. I've never used this. It's like really coarse, but it does come with that. Then you'll have 2 of these. These are tweezers for like little parts and decals. So you'll have a curved or an angled tweezer, much like this one, and you'll have a straight tweezer that comes in there. So parts. Then you'll get this. This is extra blades for your knife. And you'll also get this. this is a filer. Is another filer. You can file down either side. There's like a filer. You just file down extra jagged pieces if you wanted to. So as you can see, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. The rest is extra Gundam pieces that I have like lodged in here. But yeah, these are things that you're going to use for building Mirai Cortex. So let me just put them back in here because I'm not really going to use them just yet. I'll put them back in the box. Okay, so another thing you're going to need to use is a screwdriver. So I have this screwdriver here. You don't have to have this. For those of you that know, this is a very expensive brand. I don't think I've ever mentioned this in videos before, but I used to be a mechanic. So I used to repair cars and things for a living, but I don't do that anymore. I got a different job. So I have like all these like fancy tools. You don't need to buy this tool. This is very expensive. You could buy this anywhere, screwdriver. It's just regular Phillips head screwdriver, really cheap. You can buy it anywhere. You don't need this brand one. This is just the one I have. I also have this thing, which is an electric screwdriver. I'm going to use this just like in Danny Chu's video to kind of like quicken the process, but you're not supposed to use this to tighten down the bolts. Then I have this that I use. This is like an electric wire stripper, but I use it for the ends here, these teeth. I'm going to use it to pull for the zip ties that come in the thing. Other things that you're going to need is I have this here, Q-tips. So you're going to use these Q-tips to wipe off extra glue and things like that. I just have this container that was for ice cream. I just put Q-tips in there. What else? Oh, glue. So if you watch, I don't know, it's too bright. If you watch Danny Chu's video, he uses Mr. Hobby Glue. I also use Mr. Hobby Glue, but I have a different one. This is called Mr. Hobby Mr. Cement. Let me see. I guess you could see it just like that. Cement S. So I use this. There's a better one, which is SP, which is stronger and it dries faster. So you might want to get that. I'm not really sure. And then I have a thing of Loctite glue. I don't know if you could see that. Let's see. So Loctite glue that I use, that's going to be for the body. And then I'm going to use this to grease up the joints. Now, Danny Chu said that for people that buy the final boss grade, you're going to get some grease in the package. Mine actually didn't come with grease, but luckily I have this. This is grease that you use for model trains, for the engines, and it's to grease up the plastic gears in the engine so that, you know, they move smoother. So this is specifically grease for plastic. So I'm going to try and use this because this is something I had on hand. I'm going to use that. You also might need some paint thinner. This is something I use for Gundam model building. It's Mr. Color Thinner, 400 milliliter bottle. You can get smaller bottles, but this is just one that I had. So it's paint thinner right there. Other things you might need, box tissues. This is to wipe off parts. This is also for me to cry into. If I break a part, I'm just gonna start crying profusely because I really don't want to break apart and that would kind of suck. So I have tissues for that. Other things is you don't need this, but this is another tool that I have. This is like a cutter. It's like a wire cutter, but I'm going to use this to cut the zip ties in the kit. You don't need that. You could probably use your nippers, but I'm going to use this because this is just better. It's like heavy duty, but you can just use scissors, really. I mean, just scissors will do fine. This is just stuff that I'm using. And then that's about it. So that's everything here. These are all the tools or all the equipment pieces that I'm going to need in order to do this. So let's move some of these things over because I'm not going to use them just yet. All this stuff here. Move this to the side, move this to the side. So we're going to open up this bag here. Woohoo! And we're going to dump everything out. Just kind of, there we go. All that stuff, all that, oh, it's It's gonna fall off the table. Oh, I lost a piece. It fell off the table. So this is a cool bag. You can reuse this bag. I think this is the same bag he puts the t-shirts in when you buy t-shirts, but I don't know. What did I lose? Oh, part of the foot. So you could see here, these are all the parts for the frame here. Oh, look, there's the grease. Oh, never mind. Danny did put the grease in there. I just couldn't find it. It was just like in this little baggy thing. So I do have grease, so maybe I'll use this instead since that's provided in the bag. Yeah. So we got all the parts here. And then we're gonna have the zip ties. So he gave me, looks like he gave me 4. I have 4 zip ties. So just in case I screw up, I have extra ones, I guess. We don't need these just yet, so I'm gonna put these off to the side. So these are all the parts. Now, in here you also see the screws. So these will be all the different screws that you're gonna need, as well as the sanding sponge to sand down the parts, and the little plastic pieces. I don't know if you can see that there. This is for the neck joint. So we're gonna move this off to the side because we don't need it just yet. One thing I will say about Cortex, now that I have it in my hands and I'm actually feeling it, this is kind of cool because I know it's called Asaflex plastic, but it's actually quite smooth. I did not expect it to be so smooth. Why am I rubbing that part of the body? Let me get another body part because that just looks really shady. So I don't know if you could see this because the light is so bright, but there's some imperfections here. Well, not really imperfections. I shouldn't say that. It's more like scuff marks. That's what it is, scuff marks. So I'm going to use this sponge to soften out those scuff marks, but I'll do that once I'm done building it. But even without that, the plastic is actually a little bit smoother than normal plastic would be, like that you would feel from like a Figma or something. It's quite soft. So hopefully you guys can see this. Let me get a part that has like it really well. Okay, so here's a part of the leg. This is going to be the shin right here. And if you could see, let's see if we can get closer. Focus. So if you can see up there, right here, right there, that is a part that needs to be taken off. In Danny Shoe's video, he calls them flash. For me, building Gundams, I usually call this particular piece, what's it called? This little piece sticking out, I usually call that a nub. I call that nub. So when you have Gundam model kits, you have lots of those nubs and you got to take them off. So this is going to be part of the prep work, is we're going to take those off. So take out a little piece here. Let's make some space and move some of these parts over. So I'm gonna make some space and we're gonna cut this off here. Let me see here. So Danny says to put it from the side, kind of like this, but there's no piece there to cut one like this, so I'm gonna have to do it from the top. Let me see. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see here. I'm gonna take that off. So it's a little piece of nub. Yeah. Okay, so you'll get like a little piece, like this is the piece that I cut off. It's a tiny little nub or plastic piece. So I'm gonna take that off, and it's still kind of a little bit there. So you'll still have like let me put this down. So if you take a look here, you're still gonna have like a little bit of it sticking up. Let's see, like right there. You see that? So what I usually do with that when I'm building Gundam kits is I'll take my X-Acto knife and I will kind of off to the side just cut it off just a little bit to smooth it out to the touch. Now, not everybody does it this way. There's a lot of different ways that you could do this. Is you could, if you have really good nippers, which is this thing. If you have really good ones, it'll cut it off cleanly and it won't leave any marks at all. But since this is a cheapo $8 nipper, it works fine, but you still have some extra cleanup afterwards. So that's really smooth. That's nice. So that came out really nice. We'll put this is a finished piece. We'll put that off to the side. Another one that you could see it is this hand part, which is also Cortex. There's another nub here. So we're going to go through the whole cleaning process right here. So you're just going to keep cutting things off. And then what you're going to do is I'm going to take my little X-Acto knife and just kind of shave it a little bit. You could also use like sandpaper or a filer to kind of shave it down, but you will get more scuff marks if you do it like that. Me personally, I'm more comfortable using my X-Acto knife to kind of shave it off there. So that's another piece. So there's like lots and lots of pieces here. So here's another one where you could see it right here. You can see that there's a little plastic piece sticking up. So that's going to be another piece that you're going to want to cut. Put it just like that. Okay, so that was actually a really good cut because there is nothing there to feel. So that was a good one. How about a foot piece? There's another one here. That's on the foot. Cut that off. And again, I want to apologize for my lighting, even in my office, because I'm not in my office right now. There's not enough space in my office to do this. I don't build my Gundam kits in my little office because it's too small. So I am out actually in my living room right now, trying to do this on my living room table. And even my living room, it doesn't have great lighting. If you look at Danny Chu's video, if you watch Danny Chu's video, he has fabulous lighting in his garage. His lighting is fantastic, so everything looks really good. I have terrible lighting in my house because this is not really suitable for videotaping, Gundam building, or anything like that. I think I just don't have the right lightings. I only have one light that I use, and the regular lights for the house. So the foot doesn't need to have anything done, so the foot pad is fine. This one's great. This has nothing on it. This other foot piece is good. And then okay. So as you can see right here, there's like all these little extra pieces that I cut off from... I'm just gonna move this to the side right now and move it off to the side. So all those pieces are done. We have the stand here. I'm gonna move that to the side because I don't need it now. And then the last part of my prep, we're gonna get the nubs off of the frame, right? So let's take the frame out. Okay, so we're gonna have all these frame pieces, so many pieces here, and then our grease. I'll put that off to the side. So I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the outer shell pieces here. I'm gonna cut off the little nubs here that are, I don't know if you could see it now. I'm gonna cut off all those extra pieces right there that are sticking out. And then I'll fast forward through this so you guys don't have to stomach and sit through me just shaving things off. And then we'll come right back to when this is all finished. Maybe I'll do this in time lapse. Maybe I'll just cut it and go to the end. We'll see what happens and do that. Okay, so that is the end of that. I finished taking off all the nubs from the shell parts and the frame, and as you can see, I don't know if you could tell, all these little white specks that are all over the place. These are all trimmings of all the extra flash or nubs, so to speak. So I'm going to move those off to the side of my workspace here. So yeah, definitely, if you don't wear glasses, wear some kind of eye protection, like Danny says, because pieces do fly everywhere. Unlike Gundams, that I can say that is different, is that when you cut the pieces off Gundams, they don't normally fly too far out, or they don't fly at all. But with these, because the pieces are already separated from the plastic molding, like when you cut them, like they fly out. Like one hit the camera lens, another one like flew out somewhere, one hit me in the nose. So just make sure that you have some kind of what's it called? Some kind of protection for your eyes. So you're just going to need some kind of eye protection going forward or when making this thing. So this is the first part of the video that I wanted to show you. It's quite long. It's really just me prepping everything, showing you the unboxing, showing you what's inside, and showing you the different kinds of tools that you're going to need in order to build Smart Doll Cortex. So that's going to be it for now. I'm going to make a second video of actually assembling the frame and then the body piece all in one video. That one's going to be probably a lot longer than this one because there's a lot more involved. I was thinking about just building the frame first and then building that in another video, but I think I might just do it all together. But I haven't decided yet. So you guys will just have to wait and see to see if I do a part 2 and 3 or just a part 2. But for now, this is the Smart Doll Cortex final boss grade unboxing video. And I will see you guys in part 2 for the assembly of Smart Doll Cortex itself. But this was just the process of me just showing you again, this is just me just showing the tools, the unboxing, and how to take off the little extra pieces or the flash or nubs off of the frame and the Cortex shell. So I will see you guys in the next video. And remember, if you're not familiar with my channel, my name is Shizusan. Please, if you did like this video, please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button so that you get notified for any new videos that will be coming out on my channel. Also, hitting subscribe helps me out a lot because it gives me more access to more viewers. The more subscribers I have, the more YouTube will promote my video and you guys will all see this stuff. But again, thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one.
This is our time, this is our life. Sometimes all you need is a smile to get by.